This is Iron Sharpens Iron Council. Welcome to the evolution.
Hi, everybody. So, I'm on this journey with a real estate agent. I couldn't even tell you how I began, but I began by searching for a property. So, I've been testing different, or thinking about testing different private processes because it's really difficult to navigate the mortgage industry knowing the fraud that happens in the course of ordinary business dealing with a mortgage company. They want you to submit an application and go through this facade that boils down to you giving away your most precious commodity, which is your signature. Okay, or your golden signature, because it's worth more than gold. So I've been, just thinking about how I'm going to get a property but using a mortgage company, because I wanted to test a new notice that I constructed literally this past weekend. So, I created a notice of protest with affidavit components. Notice of protest / affidavit of obligation. And so I sent that to, the mortgage company that was recommended to me by the real estate agent. Okay, because I did go. No, I didn't see a property. I just saw a sign and I just decided to just start the process. Not even sure if I want that property or not. It's just a test. If I get it, I get it, whatever. It's not a big deal. That's not the point. The point is to go through the experience and try. Okay. So we're going to focus on that. So the real estate agent recommended a mortgage company. The man, Mr. Shepard, he sent me a application, a link to submit my application. Yes, hi, Ms. Smith, thank you for choosing blah, 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 blah bank, right? It's a bank I never even heard of. So, but that's irrelevant. It doesn't matter. They all work the same way to, commit, violative acts, of fraud and, breach of contracts and all of that. Anyway, so all that was in my notice, with the statements saying that I did not feel comfortable or obligated to pursue the ordinary course of business, and alternatively, I would like to exercise my private, unlimited credit to cover the transaction. And so I addressed the letter. Now, this man is actually the vice president of the bank who wrote me, via email. So I wrote, when I set up my notice is to the CFO in care of Mr. Shepard, vice president of bank, Okay, so that's how I set it up. And it was also given notice of, the negotiable instruments that are mandated, for unincorporated, organizations such as, private men, private women, by Congress. Okay, so it's got the congressional orders, all the pertinent, federal laws and whatnot, in a very non-threatening manner. I just said, listen, this is what you would normally prefer for me to do, but this is what I would like to do. Plain and simple instructions. Okay. So I sent that off via email this morning. And then in response, Mr. Shepard wrote back, please call. That's it. Please call. So I'm like, okay. I don't know what he has to say, ask what are the concerns, but I called. When I called, Mr. Shepard was irate. I mean, fuming at the mouth. I probably would have seen foam coming out of his mouth if it was a video chat. But he was angry. He was yelling. He was getting a little bass in his voice. And he commenced to preach to me that in his 25-year history of banking, that he had never in his life and entire banking experience and career had he ever seen a customer initiate their own loan and fund or try to fund their own loan. And by this time he was just wildly, yelling, and I wouldn't say yelling, no, but he was loud and he was clearly upset. And so I'm listening. And so then I was like, okay, are you done? I don't know what you're trying to do. And just went on and just kept going in. So I told him quite calmly, I said, I get that this may be something that you are not aware of or that you do not understand. But if this is the way that you react and respond to things that you don't understand, God help us. But either way, you need to calm down and you need to fix your tone, because I don't know who you think you're talking to, but I'm not okay with this. So fix your tone. And since you don't understand what I wrote, you need to forward it to the CFO, because it is addressed to the CFO in care of your name, but you need to send that. I don't know what you're doing. I said, you already said in your angry tirade of 2 minutes, you already let me know that you don't understand. But what I don't understand is why you're responding this way, or why you think it's okay to respond this way, because it's not. You're being very unprofessional and you're being very disrespectful. Okay? This is your second warning. Don't talk to me like that, and don't play with me, okay? Because I will find you. Don't play with me. So I said, listen, I continued on. I said, because in my mind, I'm playing, oh, he think I'm Boo Boo the Clown. Yeah, or Boo Boo the Fool. And so where do we go from there? Because I know by the time the call ended, he said, I'm going to take this up to legal. I said, you can take it up to whomever. And actually, in fact, I look forward to you doing that. That would be awesome. And I could hear the pause or the shock, because he kind of gasped. Like, oh, I said, yeah, because I operate within the law. I'm not out here being an outlaw. Okay, so I wouldn't have been bold enough to send you this via email knowing the laws. Okay, so I said, you may not be aware of it. You may not be aware of my position or where I'm getting my information from, but send it to legal. Yes, you're going to hear from legal. I said, I look forward to it. Okay, and make sure that you understand that I am waiting for them because you were out of order. Okay? Don't raise your voice at me ever again. And don't, first of all, I'm a customer. What are you doing? What are you doing, Mr. Shepard? Well, I'm sorry. I just, I've just never seen. I said, I get that. I said, I understand, the shock of it all, because I felt that same way about 3 years ago when I first started learning banking laws and laws in general. The shock of it all was overwhelming, but it still didn't give me the right to come into your office or go into any bank for that matter, hooping and hollering and screaming. You know, there's a thing called maturity. So he said, you know what, you're right. And so he said, well, I still feel that, I'm just, they're smarter than me. So I'm going to send it to legal. I said, stop right there. Nobody's smarter than you. Nobody's accusing you of not being smart. And, there's no need for you to defecate yourself. Okay. Just do what you need to do. I prefer for you to follow my instruction, which is to send it to the CFO, because you may not know, and truth be told, legal may not know, but the CFO, he knows. He or she knows. Oh, I'm just going to send it to legal, and you'll get a response from legal. I said, again, that would be awesome. Great, sounds good. So we got off the phone, and then I commenced to collecting all of my banking books, every banking law that I could find, and I was waiting for legal. And I started reviewing. And so something told me to check my email again. And my email said, it's, how Gmail lets you know 6 hours ago. Mr. Shepard writes me again. Now, 6 hours ago would have been exactly 2 or 3 hours after we hung up, with him carrying on and coming back down and all of that, and threatening that legal was going to get back in touch with me. Mr. Shepard writes me another email. Again, 3 hours later, it says 6 hours ago. I'm just kind of estimating the time frame. But anyway, stating, hello, Ms. Smith. I have been advised to advise you to complete the application for your pre-approval letter. Mr. Shepard, what happened to legal? You don't follow instructions, and you don't even do what you say or threaten to do. You said you were going to send it to legal, so send it to legal. Or follow my instruction and send it to the CFO. My letter. Okay, so what's happening here? So you see, guys, this is the games that they play with us. I don't know what is happening, but again, I need some good, learned people who are dedicated to this journey to help me join forces, because two heads are better than one, and to figure these things out. Because of course, yes, I can continue on with the, private administrative process and finish it. And that's why I'm envisioning teams that are going to be, put in place to handle different departments. That's what's happening inside of the workshop. So I really do want you guys to consider joining, because all of these great happenings and discoveries and breakthroughs and remedies and solutions and just masterminding is going to happen inside of the workshop. Because why? I want serious and committed people. That's who I want to surround myself by. So that is what's happening. I'm not sure if I'm going to have time to pursue this right now, but I know I'm going to sleep on it at least to a couple of nights before I decide to respond to Mr. Shepard, because this is just ridiculous. You were carrying on, yelling, hooping and hollering, as if, and basically treating me with disdain and as if I was some type of criminal, until I just remain calm, non-belligerent. And in fact, that's what my paperwork says. My paperwork is very concise. It's very short and to the point. It used to be long, 14, 15, 16 pages. No, this was 2 pages. 2 pages, if that. It was really short. And so, I think I had even asked Mr. Shepard if he read it, and he said he stopped at the first paragraph. So you didn't even completely, fully engage before you just rattled off, call me via email, and just decided to go off and think I was going to be soft and timid and let you yell at me like that? No, can't let it go. So this is where I'm at. I will probably give y'all an update depending on what I decide to do. But if you have any kind of experience with this, let me know in the comments down below. I know I can exhaust my private administrative process and then take it to court with my administrative record. Okay, so I just would love for one time at one period in this journey for something to be simple and easy, but it's never going to be, because they fight and they don't want you to be right. And that back and forth earlier on in the conversation with Mr. Shepard from the mortgage company, it just reminded me of, when in grade school, elementary school or whatever, you are trying to tell the teacher something and you're right, the teacher is wrong, and the teacher just bashes you, just goes off on you because the teacher doesn't want to be made a fool in front of the rest of the class. That's how I felt like with Mr. Shepard. He didn't want to be wrong. And in his 25 years, the cognitive dissonance is so real out here. People don't want to realize that they have been living a lie all of their lives. And so they blame you, they lash out on you. And that's what I was experiencing. But on the wrong day, on the wrong time, you're not going to like the response that you get. So that's what happened. You can fight back, respectfully, and that's what I did. I didn't need to curse or carry on, even though I wanted to in the back of my mind. I remember I come from a long line of cussers, so it's always there bubbling up, but I didn't go there. I was super proud of myself. I remained chill, calm, even, and just, I just handled the situation with grace and with honor. So now I just have to go back to the drawing board and try to decide. I know there's definitely round 2 of more of the same. Round 2 is pretty much the same that you sent initially, but just with second notice. Okay, so we'll see. So now he's asking me to apply. I've been advised to advise twice. I don't care who's advising you. You need to follow instructions. But before I come at him like that, let me just kind of, take a step back and think about how I want to respond to Mr. Shepard. If you have a suggestion, let me know. I know how to conclude a administrative process, but I just want to try. I'm open to trying different things and seeing what I can get away with in terms of shortening the processes and getting right to the resolution stage, rather than it playing out a couple different rounds and court and all of that. I would like to have it resolved sooner than all of those rounds and things like that. So if you have any idea, any suggestions, I'm definitely all ears. I'm listening. That's what we do. We're here to learn, and it's not simple solutions. Each case is different, each situation is different, each scenario is different, just like each family is different. And so in this case, each bank is different. So you just have to adjust, pivot, move forward in the best way possible based on the given circumstances. And based on his response, where do I go from here? He's really given me no choice but to proceed with administrative process. But I'm hoping that, I'm just curious. I would have liked to have questioned the legal department of his bank. But now it seems like that's off the table, because now he's coming back with I've been advised to advise you to proceed with the application process so we can give you a pre-qualification letter. So why? So you want me to apply so you can turn me down? I'm not playing them games anymore. I know the truth, and I want to live with the truth only, so help me God. So this is where I am. I like to include a comment. So I'll think of a comment and add it to, the video. So wish me luck. I'll keep you guys posted, and I'll see you in the comments.